guys, me Amanda. For this week's topic on some raw, real, relatable information, I wanted to share something that I think a lot of you could appreciate, and it has to do with coming into your authentic self. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this if you are really into mental health awareness or you happen to read a lot of quotes on motivation. I'm sure you probably have heard the term authentic self. Well, myself, I'm gonna give you a little backstory. I used to be a yes ma'am, and eventually I realized that it was so exhausting and I never understood why I was so stressed out or why things would really bother me or set me off. And then I realized that there was this thing that would linger, and it was always this little thing in the back of my head that would always tell me, why don't you say this, or why didn't you do that? And I constantly always was fighting myself in my head because I wasn't really saying or doing the things that I wanted to do. And eventually there was like a little bit of a switch that happened in my head, and I became more aware of myself and things that made me happy. And I'm not saying that people should just automatically just switch your personality and, jump into a new lifestyle. That's not what I mean. But what I mean is becoming more in tune with your natural beliefs, like your natural thoughts and your natural emotions, not the ones that are pretty much pushed on us when we are a child. We are absolutely programmed when we are younger all the way to adulthood. We are taught things. And what I mean by that is when you are a child, and I know this happens with my kids, when you go to school, your teachers or your family members or people who have lived life a little bit longer than us on this world will share their beliefs or share their thoughts or share their emotions on us. And eventually what happens is we morph into little human beings, and we lose sight of our authentic selves, our authentic beliefs, and our authentic ideas and emotions, so forth and so on. I share this with a lot of you because I had someone reach out to me and they happened to mention that they were interested in this particular business endeavor, but there's a million people who are already doing it. And they said, well, Amanda, there's so many people already doing it, so why should I? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that's how I was. And eventually I realized that there's only one Amanda, me, this Amanda. And I am in tune with my authentic self. So with that being said, because I'm in tune with my authentic self, I've been able to build a life around my new self. I know it sounds crazy. I'm still the same Amanda that I was many, many years ago. However, I have different beliefs and I have different ways of living my life, and I also have different ways of managing my emotions. So with you gaining control of your authentic self and changing how you do things just like I did, what that means for you is you no longer live for other people. You live for yourself and your own mental health. Once you become more aware of your authentic self, positive thoughts are a lot easier to control. Positive thoughts are a lot easier to make possible. Why? Because now you are in tune with your emotions. You already know what sets you off, what's not going to set you off. You already know how you feel. Nobody can control your feelings for you. On top of that, when you become more aware of your authentic self, you're going to notice that people are not going to like the boundaries you set for them. That comes with authentic living. Sometimes saying no is a hard pill to swallow. There have been lots of people in my life who do not like the word no, and they are not used to me saying no. So unfortunately, you're going to learn when you become more and more aware of your authentic self and authentic living, saying no to others is going to be a little bit hard, but eventually it gets easier, I promise. On top of that, stop caring what people think, because at the end of the day, are you living your life or are you living theirs? Whether or not you want to admit it, if you continue to care what people think about you in your life, you're not living your life for you, you're living it for them. You need to live your life for yourself. That is how you know you have achieved authentic living. Sometimes when you set boundaries, people don't really like that, but unfortunately, you have to understand that there's one life to live, and your life purpose is not to please others. And the moment that you start pleasing others, you are not living your best life. In the long run, you are no longer going to allow negative energy or negative thoughts to fester in your universe. You control those negative thoughts and negative energies. You do more mindful living and mindful thinking. Now you are aware of what makes you happy and what doesn't make you happy. Authentic self and authentic living means it's okay to say no. Authentic living is the way to be. Being your real self sets you apart from other people who are just following the herd, because reality is there's so many people right now that are still doing everything that they've been taught in life from little to adulthood, and they've never changed their way of thinking. So of course what ends up happening is They tend to have negative minds. They tend to spread negativity. They tend to spread hate. People who aren't aware of their authentic self and how much they can control their energy output, those are the ones who tend to suffer. And it's not because I'm just saying it, it's a reality. When you are aware of your energy and you are aware of your most authentic self, the universe listens. And eventually you'll see that your life will grow abundantly, because when you are doing the things that make you happy, that are obviously the right things to do, you no longer allow negative things to fester in your head. You only allow things that help you move forward positively, which everyone knows when you have positive things going on in your life and you are moving in a positive motion, your universe will grow abundantly. With life, there's growth. And finding your authentic self means you have to grow. Eventually what will happen is your universe grows too. And that's it for this week's raw, relatable content. If you like this video and you like the information that was shared, make sure to at least tag a friend or share it. That way you can help them too achieve their most authentic self. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.